Madden holiday is here and we will play all night. Calling sick and sound sincere, in tackles will delight. The fridge is packed with drink and meat, the taste of victory sure is sweet.
Well, thanks to the efforts of Tom Brady, I was able to actually go 2-1 last week, though admittedly I was really surprised by how lopsided that Miami-San Francisco game was. Still, everything turned out right. I mean, it was touch and go with that Bucs-Saints game, but at least, again, everything turned out right. Or at least on the plus side for me, I should say. Anyway, permit me a brief tangent right here as we open things off. I'd like to talk a little bit about the automatic review system in Madden. I rarely, if ever, challenge a play because there's just so many that happen in that game where it's, a little too hard to see if it was really reviewable or not, So, yeah, more often than not, whenever I encounter a review happening, it's on an automatic, trigger, like a touchdown or a fumble or something like that. The main problem is just way too dang slow. I mean, there's just no way I can really get around it sometimes. A play happens, let's just say, my player scores a touchdown, I get ready to set up the extra point, and then suddenly it's a review. Like, I click to select the extra point, and they immediately throw up the review. Instead, I wish it would be kind of more like this, what you're going to see right here, where there was a play where Nick Chubb fumbled on the goal line. You see what I mean? It just kind of goes right into the review. That's a nice thing. Now, conversely, what you're probably going to see here, which I believe is from the other game I'm covering here, it's a touchdown play to a pass on a tight end. Here, again, I get the play off, everything goes fine, I'm getting ready, I wait a couple seconds longer, I select the extra point, and then suddenly it goes right into the review. That's just way too dang long. Like, why can't it be a bit more instantaneous like that? Like the Nick Chubb play you saw. It would be so much easier. It would definitely cut the game down a lot when something happens like that. Anyway, the three games we're covering this week are the Cleveland Browns taking on the Cincinnati Bengals, the New York Jets taking on the Buffalo Bills, and the Carolina Panthers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. So, yes, we finally get to cover the Jets for a second time this season, and it's an interesting matchup, so we've got everything squared away right now. I think these were mostly the three most interesting matchups, or at least ones that I would say were eligible, because again, I'm trying to avoid doing teams in back-to-back weeks. So let's get to this, and we're going to give you that infamous Folgers commercial.
I must have the wrong house.
Sister?
Oh, I missed you so much.
They waited up all night for you,
It's a long way from West Africa. Oh, real coffee.
He's here.
I brought you something from far away.
Really? Oh.
What are you doing?
You're my present this year.
The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Happy Meals always have something to smile about. Like the goodness of milk to keep you rolling. Now in your McDonald's Happy Meal, you can go like a pro with 2 Madden NFL 15 toys and the goodness of apple slices and milk.
Hey, you think he'll miss the sleigh? Nah, he didn't last year.
Of all the places to shop for Christmas toys, the place to save is Target.
Hey, somebody hit the lights.
This week, save on the Trivial Pursuit Baby Boomer Edition, only $15.82. And Dragon Walker from Masters of the Universe is now just $12.92. So for all kinds of toys at prices to fit even the smallest of budgets, the place to save is Target. Shop extended holiday.
Nabisco crackers, a holiday tradition. Enjoy them with your favorite toppings. Crunchy Triscuit, Waverly, Sociables, Wheatsworth, and Ritz, regular or new low salt. And Nabisco snack crackers by the handful. Wheat Thins, real cheese better cheddars, and snappy Great Crisps. Look for displays in your store. Holiday entertaining, a Nabisco tradition.
Okay, our first matchup is the Cleveland Browns taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. It seems that the Bengals are slowly regaining their form of last year where they made the Super Bowl. Their defense and offensive line have both made vast improvements. The offensive line isn't giving up as many sacks, and the defense seems to actually be causing quite a few of them. That and the injury bug that bit the team in the middle part of this season with Jamar Chase and Joe Mixon being out seemingly hasn't affected them too much, as Sebastian P. Ryan has definitely filled in very well for Mixon, and Chase has been able to return without really missing too much of a beat. Stupid me, that should be Samaje P. Ryan, not Sebastian P. Ryan. My bad. Now, you think that would mean things all fine for the Bengals. However, one must take into account that they've lost like their last 5 or 6 games against the Browns. Joe Burrow has never beaten that team for some reason. Now, granted, last year it was because they played in the last week of the season and the Bengals kind of scrubbed things out a little bit. But still, that's kind of a unique little fact. That being said, I don't know how much of a threat the Browns present this time, as it seems Deshaun Watson is still adjusting to the offense. I mean, they really struggled against the Texans last week. It doesn't look like it, but remember, their offense didn't score any touchdowns. The only offensive points that were scored were a field goal, so everything else was either a kick return or a turnover return for a touchdown. So, yeah, not so much of a great thing there, and that's not going to hold up against Cincinnati if something like that happens again, and because of that, I really just think the Bengals are going to win this game rather handily. I don't think Cleveland's got their number this time. I think the Bengals have turned the corner, they're getting back into contender shape, and yeah, there's just no real reason for the Browns to win this one, unfortunately.
Someone will call for the zip code at the North Pole. Discover that one red light refuses to blink. Pick out a tree that's too big for the room. Drop off some warm clothes. Someone will scoop 256 servings of mashed potatoes. Watch all 18 bowl games. Light the candle on the third night. Double-check the bird. A novice will experiment with the turkey baster. Someone will find comfort in a good book. And someone will sing slightly off-key with all her heart. Happy holidays from Bank of America.
Why just give a gift when you can give your heart? Why just decorate when you can deck the halls? Cool Whip has 2 grams of fat. 2 merry little grams. So why live a little when you can live a lot? Why just make dessert when you can make magic with Cool Whip topping off a Mrs. Smith's pie?
In the early 1900s, the toys kids wanted most for Christmas were a piggy bank and a Lionel train. In the 30s, kids' 2 favorites were tin soldiers and a Lionel train. By the 50s, it was coonskin caps and a Lionel. Every Christmas, kids have their favorite toys. And every Christmas, one of them is a Lionel train. Why just give a toy when you can give a tradition? Lionel.
Okay, our first matchup is the Cleveland Browns taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. It seems that the Bengals are slowly regaining their form of last year where they made the Super Bowl. Their defense and offensive line have both made vast improvements. The offensive line isn't giving up as many sacks, and the defense seems to actually be causing quite a few. That and the injury bug that bit the team in the middle part of this season with Jamar Chase and Joe Mixon being out seemingly hasn't affected them too much, as Sebastian P. Ryan has definitely filled in very well for Mixon, and Chase has been able to return without really missing too much of a beat. Stupid me, that should be Samaje P. Ryan, not Sebastian. My bad. Now, you think that would mean things all fine for the Bengals. However, one must take into account that they've lost like their last 5 or 6 games against the Browns. Joe Burrow has never beaten that team for some reason. Now, granted, last year it was because they played in the last week of the season and the Bengals kind of scrubbed things out. Still, that's kind of a unique little fact. That being said, I don't know how much of a threat the Browns present this time, as it seems Deshaun Watson is still adjusting to the offense. I mean, they really struggled against the Texans last week. It doesn't look like like it, but remember, their offense didn't score any touchdowns. The only offensive points that were scored were a field goal. So everything else was either a kick return or a turnover return for a touchdown. So, yeah, not so much of a great thing there. And that's not going to hold up against Cincinnati if something like that happens again. And because of that, I really just think the Bengals are going to win this game rather than I don't think Cleveland's got their nose this time. I think the Bengals have turned the corner. They're getting back into contender shape. And, yeah, there's just no real reason for the Browns.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys.
Hi, Lindsay.
Oh, hi, Mama.
What's new?
Nothing. Everybody says I'm too little.
Really?
I'm thinking of running away to McDonaldland.
McDonaldland? That's where I'm from.
Yeah, I hear it's really nice.
I hear where you're from is really nice, too.
It's okay.
Yeah, because you got that basketball hoop over your garage and your back porch. It has that great wind chime.
I made that at summer camp.
Plus, there's that beautiful field
where I chase butterflies.
Hey, when you're in McDonaldland, who's going to make the decorations for your dad's birthday party? Who's going to be the snowflake in the school play?
Ronald.
Who's going to feed Mr. Goldfish?
Hey, Ronald, I think I hear my mom calling me.
Oh, okay. Bye, Lindsay.
Bye.
The mission for 2002, make the holidays soar with a motorized airplane defying gravity and ready to rendezvous with a classic truck. Only $19.99 at Hess stations, Energizer batteries included.
We're flying this year, the Hess truck's here.
Happy holidays from Hess.
Go ahead, Jason.
Go on.
Merry Christmas.
Jason, what are you doing?
For all those times you relied on them, give them something they can rely on. The dependable and affordable XL from Hyundai.
Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the ship, not a sensor was flashing, not even a blip. When there was a huge crash, to the bridge I then ran, and there found St. Nicholas with joystick in hand. With Atari's Miss Pac-Man, he gobbled and scored. Then on to Jungle Hunt, he played till he roared. From out of his sack, he pulled dozens of games, all the great ones from Atari, our favorite names. Before I could thank him, he beamed out of sight. With a Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Hallmark's having a Christmas open house.
Merry Christmas. Welcome to Hallmark.
It's a chance for all you Christmas lovers to see what Hallmark has to make your holidays even happier.
Excuse me, does this come in the Junior Petite?
And just for showing up, you'll get a free 1989 Hallmark Holiday Planner.
The big guy's gonna love this.
So come to our open house November 18th and 19th.
Those Hallmark antlers are you. Thank you.
You won't believe what we've got in store for you this Christmas.
Hallmark has a way.
Lastly, we're taking a look at the Carolina Panthers and Seattle Seahawks. This actually is a rather unique game, as I think both teams are rather surprising right now. The Panthers are definitely playing a lot better since replacing their coach, and of course, the Seahawks, again, also lay claim to that whole surprising team in the league right now. Geno Smith and his career renaissance happening, and the fact that they're just tailing the 49ers right now by, I believe, only a game in the NFC West. So they're still very much in the thick of it. Sorry, I bumped the microphone there, so there was a little bit of distortion. Anyway, back to the game. I expect the ball to be run a lot here. I think both teams' strength really lies in there. You've got Kenneth Walker III for Seattle, and you have the 1-2 punch of Deontay Foreman and Chuba Hubbard for the Panthers. Now, I do think Seattle probably has a better edge in the passing game, but Carolina's defense might actually be a bit better than the Seahawks right now. So I'm guessing this is probably going to be a real slobber knocker with the Seahawks pulling out in a close one here. I think the home field advantage probably plays into it a little bit. And yeah, I think the Seahawks may be just a little bit better than the Panthers are right now. Okay, so hopefully, as I've posted this, my reviews for the first 3 episodes of the Willow series on Disney Plus will be up. I have them watched, I just have to shoot everything, and unfortunately, again, you are going to hear the space heater running in the background. It's really cold again. But that being said, I guess next will probably be the Week 15 preview for Madden, and then it will be Avatar: The Way of Water, and then the random trade review on the Yeltingville Club. Yep, no real wrestling right now, so we won't be covering that. And actually there will be one other review, and that's going to be the final 2 episodes of the Santa Clauses. So see you all next time. Hey guys, remember that you can support my work at patreon.com/sleepytimeforcat productions. Also, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel, and ring that notification bell so that way you can be alerted to further videos.